And good evening, everybody. Rob Gehring here from the 2K Profit System, coming at you live here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, along with our panel here tonight and those watching us live on Facebook. So we are live, we are proud, and we are bringing it. We are doing it the old-fashioned way with a new twist. We actually believe in relationship marketing, and I'm going to get into that a little bit tonight for a little bit of bonus content because we have what I consider to be the best system that's out there on the internet. So what it then boils down to is believing that, right? And once you've looked at it, you generally will become a believer, and then sharing that passion and building relationships as you go. How else would we? How else does business work? I can't understand any other way to do things other than build relationships that you will, friends like my friend Vicky here, who I've known for 20 years. How else could you ever do that? You can't do that through an email and things like that. That's, look, we can see each other face to face, and that's what a real relationship is. So there's a lot of lies that the internet tells and that other mentors do, but I have a whole thing about that. So I'm going to hit you with that. Then we'll go ahead and we'll answer your questions for our live panel and hopefully do some really good training. We'll get some good questions here that we can go in and do screen shares and show some things off. And then we'll have our master class probably around should start around 9 p.m. Eastern time for those mastery level members of the 2K Profit System. So buckle up and be prepared to learn to earn is really one of the things we say around here. But right now I'm going to turn it over to Vicky for back to week one of the network marketing mindset.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Tonight's network marketing mindset path is week one. We're starting all over again. The business owner mindset. You're not selling, you're building an asset. When you started this business, did you picture yourself selling something or building something? Here's the truth. Network marketing isn't about pushing products or chasing one sale at a time. It's about building an income producing asset that can work for you over and over, even when you're not there. And that requires thinking like a business owner from day one. A business owner sees the big picture. They don't make decisions based on today's results. They make decisions based on where they're going. Think about it. If you opened a coffee shop, you wouldn't shut the doors after a slow Tuesday. You'd keep serving, keep improving, and keep inviting people back. And because you know customers come back and word spreads over time. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They treat their business like a lottery ticket. They put in a little effort and hope for the big payoff overnight. But a true business owner understands that success is a marathon and not a sprint. They're willing to put in the consistent day in, day out work even when the immediate results aren't obvious. They know that every conversation, every follow up, and every new skill they learn is a brick in the foundation of their business. In network marketing, your product and your opportunity are tools, but you are the CEO. You set the hours. You choose to focus. And most importantly, you decide if this is just a side hustle or real thriving business. That choice starts with your mindset, not your income. You need to start making decisions based on where you want your business to be a year from now, not just what's happening this week. So here's your action step for this week. Write down 3 small, consistent habits that a successful business owner in your shoes would do every single day. Let's think about it. A business owner wouldn't wait for motivation to strike. They have a system. Maybe it's reaching out to 10 new people every morning. Maybe it's following up with yesterday's conversations every afternoon, or maybe it's dedicating 15 minutes to learning a new skill every evening. This key is that these are non negotiable actions that you commit to doing regardless of how you feel. And here's the most important part: commit to doing those three things daily for the next 7 days. Don't just write them down, put them into action. You can even post your list in our team group if you want some extra accountability. When you share your goals, you're more likely to stick to them. Remember, this isn't about grand gestures or massive leaps. It's about small, consistent actions that are the bricks to build your business. You are the CEO of your future. Every habit you build is an investment in an asset that can pay you for years. So this week, think like a business owner, act like a business owner, and watch how your results start to shift. The recommended ebook this week is the Winning Mindset Formula Training Guide, which can be found in your Great Life Digital Product Access area. Thank you for your time, and back over to you, Rob.
Thank you, Vicki. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Good, good. I wasn't sure if I muted or not. So great presentation and great material that it's right at your fingertips if you're part of the 2K profit system. And I'm going to come back to the well, I'm going to actually come back over to your back office. So again, if you're not a member, get back to the person who invited you to the 2K profit system. Make sure you join and make sure that you follow the steps. And they're just as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you get through the introduction, which is pretty cut and dry, everything has a video, instructions everywhere. We actually took a lot of the unnecessary verbiage out just to clean it up. So there really is no, there shouldn't be an excuse. Like it's not complicated. It's fully laid. It's fully explained. Everybody loves videos. You can pause them. You can go back. You just got to do it. If you're looking to create, um, your business, as Vicky said, to have that business owner mindset, you have a business here with the 2K profit system, and anything that you are carrying forward, like in 401k financial world, they talk about a rollover. You can roll over everything over into the 2K profit system. Your sponsor or your admin team here can help you with that. It's real easy. And then you go and you have that business owner mindset. We talk about the mindset is really it's positioning, it's doing your setup. So positioning, doing your setup, which means you're going through all the steps, you're following what it says, including upgrades, making important decisions to enhance your income, and then it's party time. It's following our advertising formula, and here you go. And a business owner's mindset is, I've been a business owner for many years. I've also been an affiliate, but I try to, it's the same mindset either way. You got to tell people, right? McDonald's doesn't keep the door locked, right? You got to tell people. So you got to be loud and you got to be proud. And that's how it's done. And all you've got to do when you're new to the 2K profit system is just invite people, just be a great tour guide and plug them in. Because you didn't have to build all this stuff. We did, right? So that's the awesome part of the system. And then you get access to things like the network marketing mindset and the accompanying ebooks that we share via Great Life Worldwide, because it has the greatest nutritionals in the world, but it's got some really great digital training and information too, just like we have in the 2K profit system in step 2 for our Genesis Legacy Vault. So that hit on a few points. I'm going to stop to share for a second. And I want to talk real quick before I turn it over to, we'll see if Jared has anything for you tonight before we start taking questions. But I want to talk about, some of the issues that go on for marketers, right? And there's a lot of lies out there. There's a lot of bad things going on out there. And some of your traditional leaders who used to be really good and would actually teach people how to duplicate, how to do, what they did by having relationships with them and doing relationship marketing and being engaged in their coaching and in their business. They've gone to just, you know what, I got a big list. I'm just going to send offer after offer after offer. And then I'm going to tell these poor saps that they can do the same thing by buying the course or paying all the money. And then, you're going to have success just sending out emails. Well, the days of email marketing, just as a straight up discipline where you can make a fortune from your list, mm-mm. No, the gold is still on the list. The fortune has always been in the follow up, right? That's been said since I was knee high to a grasshopper, a very young man with a lot more hair 25 years ago, and it still applies. But I think now the weighting has even gone more to the fortune is in the follow up and building those relationships. So the shame of it is instead of really telling you what they do, they're basically just selling you products. Here at the 2K Profit System, we tell you how it's done, how we did it. And when I say we, that's myself, Jared, Susan, and Vicky, how we did it, right? Not to not really tell you that, to just sell you on something and say, good luck, send it to your list. Oh, by the way, some of these people have lists of 100,000, 250,000. You're never going to do it in this day and age. It's never going to happen. I hate to burst people's bubble. It's impossible. So you've got to be the small list marketer, and the smallest marketer needs the follow up. The big list marketer, maybe they got a few more years till they run out of gas and they'll retire with whatever money that they've fleeced off of you. But don't let it happen. Don't give them a single dime. Come to the people who actually teach and train you what to do, how to do it, and everything like that. So it's quality over quantity. That's my topic for tonight, and it'll extend in the masterclass tonight too. We'll definitely be challenging our mastery level leaders about that concept when it comes to quality over quantity. But in this session here, quantity is about having all these names and email addresses, but no relationships with them, right? Nothing developed. So you're better served to figure out on your list, or if you have a lot of information that you're looking at, who are the people who are the people who are who's the people who's responsive, who can you get to respond, and then centering on those people and literally being a coach and a trainer and a helper for those folks. You don't need 1,000, 4,000, 10,000 people in your downline. And in the 2K profit system, you I would say a very good number would be if you can be working with one or two people, maybe more, but let's just start with that every week that comes to the webinar, that's going through the trainings, that's positioning themselves for $2,000 commissions. Because if you get one $2,000 commission a week, in a month, that's $8,000 of income. But that doesn't come with sending an email. Dear Sally, please spend $2,000. Send. No, that doesn't work, right? I'm going to spend some time with Sally. I'm going to learn about Sally as a person. I'm going to know how many kids she has and where they maybe go to college and stuff like that, and care about Sally as a person, and not just fake it because I'm trying to make money, but be genuine about that. That's where winning is done. That's where winning is done. This is a real business with real products, with real people and real heart. And until you embrace that, you may never get it. You're always going to fall for the shiny object. And I can't help you then. We can't help you then is my position on that. And also you've got to step out of your discomfort, step out of your comfort zone, I should say, and put your toe in the water and dive in and get it going. Even if you don't go all the way in, all in, get in, right? And there are people that I'm coaching right now that they have to make a decision. They really do, because you know what, my I have two great mentors in my life and outside of business. For like modern day, my wife, but before that, my grandfather. And like, here was the kind of guy he was. I'm afraid to go in the water. It's cold. Boom, shoulder, you're in the water. And you know what? I didn't drown, and this water wasn't that deep. Don't feel like I got abused or anything like that. But you need the people that are going to give you that little bit of encouragement in a loving, nice way. But sometimes it takes just a little more of a extra nudge, right? So we can provide that as well. We all need that in our lives because otherwise we'll never take the chance. We'll never shoot the shot. We'll never get to where we want to go because here's our goals. Our goals are way up here, and our level of commitment a lot of times is way, I can't even, it's below the screen, my other hand. The one hand here, that's high. The other one you can't see. So you can't say I want to make $10,000 a month in this business, but oh, I'm not willing to spend $49 to get started. I mean, come on, guys and gals and ladies and gentlemen and everybody. Let's just get serious and real for a second. But we're the real deal. And, we're not going to give you a free lunch, but what we're going to do is give you our heart and soul every day of the week. And that's my pitch. What do you got for us tonight, Jared?
I don't have a whole lot, but I just kind of wanted to read something, and I shared this with the admin team. I had a person come through that's been in the system. They got distracted by that shiny object. They went off to another opportunity. He came to me and he was asking questions about the system, what he had to do next. So I was guiding him through the process. What he had to do to set up his funnel. He was asking if we had a done for you setup service. I said yes. And just to read that to you, he basically said when he was on the webinar the other month, he realized how good you guys are. Okay, so talking about the 2KPS team. I'm going to tell you one thing: we're we're real, we're genuine, and we're not going to feed you full of crap. We're going to guide you in the right direction. We're going to show you the right way to do things. And all I can say is we're down to earth people. We're not claiming to be gurus. We're not going to tell you, hey, you're going to make 10K in a month. Just get started. Okay, push the button. It doesn't work like that. So all I can say is you can continue to go other places, but you're not going to find a group of people that are more caring about your success than what you're going to find here inside of our community. We do have some things coming down the pipeline. I'm not going to reveal too much tonight, but we might have some fast start commissions on the way and a little bit of an AI feature that could be coming down the pipeline. And I know some people hate AI, but I found a tool, Rob. I found a tool though that's pretty cool. Susan tested it. It is pretty slick, so it may be kind of a new component that we'll have on the sales page for you guys. So
Nice.
that'll be released here, hopefully, in the next couple weeks. So that's all I got for you.
Yeah, for the record, I don't hate AI. I hate some of the
Back
applications
to
of
you,
it.
Rob.
Oh, thanks, Jared. So for the record, I don't hate AI, but I hate some of the applications of it. Example being how we see
Yeah.
marketers utilize it. And the other thing is just go to your TikTok and see the horrific stuff that people are blending. They're blending. It's downright evil. Some of it. It's really, really bad. And I have to, I have to punch myself when I snicker at things. I'm like, no, that's not funny. It's not good. It's bad. And the kids are seeing this stuff. But the AI used in a good way, which we're going to do at the 2K profit system, is an assist, not a all encompassing tool. It's a little helping hand to help move things along, and I'm okay with that. I really am. That's why, yeah, I am really critical about AI. I give my 2 cents a lot, and sometimes 3 cents. But yeah, we'll do it right, and that'll be great.
Yep.
Jared does a great job for us in the technical department over here. So, all righty, good stuff. So I would like to check in with. I'm just looking at the panel here tonight. Deborah Bowser, right? We haven't checked in with you for a little while to see how you're doing with the 2K profit system. How can we help you? Even if it's the smallest little thing we can do to move the ball forward. Are you okay coming on and just saying hi and letting us know where you're at with things, Deborah?
Yes, I've been having some problems with my family, so I've been sort of out of the loop here for a while. But my granddaughter is home from the hospital now, so I'm trying to get back into this thing. So
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, and always families first, Deb. So yeah, I totally get that. And if you can just find even in even in days where there's a lot going on, if you can just find a little slice, a little sliver of a little something business, whether it be early in the morning or late at night, as best you can. That I always tell people, even when there's a lot happening, if you can just keep your foot in your toe in the business, as I say it, just a little bit every day keeps the momentum flowing. Because when we go away for a while, it is hard to restart. It's like a car. It's when a car stops and then it's cold and it's below zero, and good luck trying to get it going. But if you can get that car warmed up and you don't turn it off, you're going to be fine in any kind of weather condition. So just a little thought for you there. Are you able to log in, Deb, to your 2K profit system?
yeah, I just did tonight
Okay,
before I got on here.
so that's good. And so have you been through the introduction and done those things?
Well, I started this back right before she's been in and out of the hospital since May. So
Okay,
I've been
gotcha.
staying with her, to help my son and daughter-in-law.
Sure.
And it's just been a little crazy. And I can't do
Yeah.
it at the hospital because, um, all the attention is on her, but she's home.
Right.
So I'm going to try to get this going again.
Yeah. So I would say maybe. So how long do you think it's been since you were active in the 2K profit system? A couple months, then maybe.
At least, yes.
Okay. So here's what I would recommend, because we're known for tweaking things a little bit, and we drive our members crazy doing this. But I
Mhm.
would just log in and I would pretend like it's day one, and I would just go through from the very beginning. It says start here, and that's what we call the introduction step. And you may have done a lot of this stuff, so it could be very like, okay, good, 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 good. I'm good, good, good. But just kind of work your way back through it, and then stop when you have questions. And where you go is you can go to your sponsor, but you can also
Okay.
go right to the chat. That wow chat is quiet, and it's a shame because I don't think a lot of people realize. I think people are embarrassed to use it for support because they think, well, that's a dumb question. I don't want to be judged. But nothing could be further from the truth. The one question that you have, 10 other people in that chat are like, oh my God, thank you for asking that. Oh, what a relief, right? So you can be a hero like that too. So don't be like, oh, I'm stuck and I'm going to give up or whatever. Just let us know in that chat. Hey, this is where I'm at, and there's so many great people that are here to help and support that. We'll get you through every obstacle that we can on the business front, and we'll continue to pray for you and your family and your daughter on the personal side, Deb.
Right. Yes. Thank you. I
You're
was going to
welcome.
start right over again. So,
That's
thank-
yeah, and it's just a good idea. Just it's like I call it a refresher.
okay.
A refresher. Very good. All right. So keep us posted, Deb.
All
Thank you.
right.
All right. And thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate that. All right. That was awesome. See, that's what we call making a step. We make a step forward in our business. And hey, there's a lot. We've all been through things. I can tell you I have. And everybody here, I can probably say, has been through challenges and obstacles and family. But the way I look at this online business is and even when I worked full time, it was always really important to me. And I never would ever want to say it was my family was less important or the business was more important. But it still held an important place. Important if things we can have multiple important things in our lives. And if you think about your full time job or your past full time job, the workplace would be usually nice, but there comes a time they want you back. You have to do the whatever. You get a little time off, but there's a time when you've got to juggle that with everything else. And think of your online business. It's another ball, right? So you may have family, regular job, and then the online business. But if you really want to do it, and this isn't to be harsh or anything like that, it's just to be real, like we say. But if you really want this, and when I say this is side income that can become so much bigger if it's handled appropriately. And try to teach it the appropriate way. So just by following the directions, basically. Um, so it's just one of those things. If you really want to make it happen, you've got to give it the same level of importance that you give your regular job. But your family's always first. So I always am going to say that, because I've had a lot. I could tell stories. I'm not going to go into too much, but yeah, I have done a lot of things, and I'm always trying to walk that line. It's a tough line. I definitely, I definitely understand, but you got to try to find that the balance, and but yes, families. If when a push comes to shove, family's always first, but we got to eat too at the same time. And I look at this stuff as this is money that also helps me put food on the table to provide for the family. That is number one. And I think it's when my wife made that realization, when she saw income coming in, that when we had a hard, rough spot, I had, I made a commission somewhere that paid for our groceries for the week, right? And people may say, oh, that's great, but that's a lot to pay for the groceries, right? And that was when I had two kids at home that were little. Those grocery bills were $300-400, right? So it all can work together and all make sense, but it's just a matter of one foot after another, and one step and day at a time. So, but Deb reminds us of that. There's a lot. Life does throw some stuff at us. We just got to put up our shields, and maybe for Deb and everybody here, take a look at your ebook library. You may have multiple libraries. You've got the stuff that we have within 2KPS, the Great Life ebooks, and the Well Step by Step ebooks. They're all a little different, and there's a lot of mindset and motivational things within the walls of these things. But if we never utilize it, like how would we even be able to explain what we do to somebody if we don't even know ourselves what's within these walls? It would be like you've bought a big house, but you only stay in the basement and you never went around and looked around, right? That would not make good sense, because you made a big investment in your house, right? Okay, good stuff. All right. How about, I promised that I would call on, I promised Grace that I would call on her tonight. So I'm going to live by my promise, and just see how Grace is doing. She's really been working hard and getting things moving in her 2KPS business. 2KPS business. So how are you, Grace, and how's things going for you at 2KPS?
Well, I'll tell you that I have been pretty focused. My 2K has been my priority. Uh, for me, because I was away for so long, for me it meant starting like I was brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And for our member who was just talking about life's challenges, hey, we all have them. Just be encouraged and know that you just take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and try to do some what I call IPA, income producing activity, no
Oh,
matter
yeah,
how small.
right. Income
And
producing.
even what I found for me was you should see me being my own cheerleader in here at my desk. When I look at my computer, and I always considered myself non-techie, and then I gave myself a good talking to recently. And I said, Grace, stop it. Stop saying you're non-techie. Stop saying you don't and you don't understand this and you're not good at this. And I realized that what I was speaking into my life was what I was getting. And it
Wow.
might sound a little,
No, it's
um,
true.
but honestly, I truly believe life and death is in the power of the tongue. And what you're saying, you're bringing into your life. And
Right.
so I would say, oh, I'm just not good at this social media stuff. And I don't know how to do this or do that. But then I got to realize that nobody knew how to do any of what we were doing.
Right.
We all found a mentor or somebody who we liked, and hopefully they liked us.
Mm-hmm.
And we all started to make baby steps, and we learned, and we got there. We somehow we learned a little bit, And I thought to myself, I don't know a lot. And so I kept telling myself that. Now, I was celebrating in here for the last few days. I would try to dissect something which is HTML, and I'm like, okay. And I would put it in a page, and I would take this out and copy this part and paste it in another browser. And I kept finding that I was getting stuff done, and I was just, for every time I did something, I was like, go, Gracie,
Mhm.
you got this. And
Good,
I was
Ray.
just cheering myself along so much that if you had passed by my gate and heard me, you'd be like, oh, is she okay? But I felt good about all the little steps I was able to make. And I just cheered myself along because I was doing stuff that I didn't understand before, but I said, Grace, you're going to do this. You got to do this because your why right now is so huge
Mm.
that you got to get this done. And that's the other thing that I would say, because I don't want to be long winding.
Mhm.
Honestly, if we're going to do this, we have to figure out why are we doing this?
Yeah.
And
Right.
let the why be all upper caps.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter if it's in some person's book, it might be just that little extra money that we need to bridge the gap here, or maybe we live from paycheck to paycheck with our jobs, but we can't quite leave because we have benefits, or whatever the reason is. Find what the main reason is that you must do this and you must succeed, and then tell yourself, I can do this.
Right.
And
That's
when you
it.
feel like the pressure comes on and you think, oh, um, doesn't feel so good, my word, and I use it everywhere. It's on the side of my desk, before me, behind me, is don't quit.
Right.
Don't
That's right.
quit. No matter what you're going through, stop, go get some lemonade, some hot chocolate, whatever it is that you drink that makes you feel a little bit better. Don't go for Jerry and Nephew. It's not going to work. You're not going to think straight with that one. Or if you don't know what that's some good old Jamaican rum.
Right.
So just kind of just tell yourself that you can do this and ask for help. See,
Yeah.
you said something, Rob, which was true. I used to be a little shy asking questions in the main group. And part of this was I used to see individuals, back in the day, put what I called air their dirty laundry in the chat room.
Hmm.
And it used to really get to me. But this is not what it is. And so I
Right.
had to condition my brain that I needed some help with something. And I could ask you, but in a loving way, you direct me to make this something that I put in the main chat room so others could learn from what
Yes.
I did.
Right. That's
And
it.
so I appreciate you for that. Because part of me was, I felt like I didn't want to put it there because I might look a little on the dumber side. But I got to realize that our group cares so much. We
Yeah.
have a Jared that cares. Oh, come on. We got a Rob that cares. Anybody who is on here and you don't get this yet, you haven't gotten it yet, you got to wake up because we have the Susans here. We've got Vicky. Oh my God. We have so much individuals in here who is willing to share their knowledge and care about us so we're not alone. So that's what I have to say. Sorry, I
That's it.
felt like I may have done a
No,
whole
I
sermon,
wanted
but
you to get all that out because that was and a beautiful conclusion because I think that one of the things that I think we may have hit on something and I'm not surprised, but I think that we always wonder why our chat is quiet, the wild chat. I think that is it. People are afraid to maybe look dumb or look like they don't know what they're doing. But here's the deal, just like Grace said, that's almost a little selfish because why should like I get the answer, but everybody else be left out in the dark? We can help so many more people by putting it out in the light, these answers to banners and traffic and finishing autoresponders and this and that and the other thing. So that's a huge thing, and we're going to really play on that the coming 7 days leading up to the next webinar. The only question I had for you, Grace, is are you completely set and advertising your 2K profit system?
Yes,
Okay.
I really have been. Yes, I have maybe more than I should have in certain places to advertise. And now that I woke up the sleeping giant in Grace,
Yeah.
right now, even though we are on the webinar, you'd be believe me, I have gotten so good at multitasking again. I'm not sure what had happened, but I have been pretty good at it again. And I have been posting for my 2K. I am promoting, like, when I
And
say heavy, heavy, I'm promoting the team
good.
rotator and mine. And that's the first thing I promote daily.
Is it are you promoting your lead capture page? So you're building your
I
list?
promote my lead capture
Okay.
page,
All right.
and I am not good yet, and that's temporary. I have to understand how to work with leads from a list. I've never
Okay.
had a list.
All
I've never
right.
had a list all this time. And there might be people on a list. I have to figure out how to get to it. And what do I do
All
next?
right. I'm
That
gonna do a
is one of
training on
my
that.
fears.
I'm gonna do
That's
a
one of
training on
my
that.
fears.
I'm gonna do a
Okay.
training on
Okay,
that right
great.
now. Here we go.
Thank you.
We
Thank
have a
you.
little because I think we everybody else here I think is good. We got Ben I know over here, and then Christy mastery level. Rahima, anything before I do a little training on Grace's question there? Anything from you, Rahima? Any questions that you have? Anything that we can help you with real quick?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'm
I'm
going to
still
do.
putting one foot in front of the other and taking one step at a time.
Yeah, it's like a thing. It's like when you have a hose with a kink in it, you got to find out if you got any blockage, and you got to open that puppy up. That's always the key with this stuff. All right, I'm going to
Yeah.
go to, and you can always, reach out, put it in the group, Brahima, when something just hits you, like, oh, wait a minute, and you'll get help. You will get help, and that'll help a lot of others. That's our theme for tonight. Okay, super. I'm going to go to screen share, and I'm going to we're going to do this in Leads Leap. We're going to do this in Leads Leap because Grace's question is a good question. Grace's question is, if I have it frame right, I am getting leads, so I'm building my list. Now, unfortunately, some of the people didn't join the 2K profit system. So what I want you to do, Grace, is I want you to send me on Wow. This is for me later to look at. I want to look at your lead capture page. So I want you to just Wow, just send it over. Send your lead capture page link over to me in Wow. I just want
Sure.
to take a look at it because
Not a problem.
that's another thing, guys. We want to make sure that everything's troubleshooted. We've tested it and maybe had our sponsor test and check too, so we don't have any, like I said, little kinks in the hose, so to speak. Okay, so this is Leads Leap, and this is still our autoresponder resource that's in the 2K profit system. So if I've built my system properly, I'm going to come over to my list manager. Okay, my list manager. Now I built a million lists in my time, but I have one for the 2K profit system. Now I'm using another autoresponder right now because I want to do the single opt-in, so I don't have to have the person click a link in order to fall in and be active in the autoresponder, and which is nice. That's a nice feature of Leads Leap because they allow what's called third-party integration. So if you've got another autoresponder that maybe offers that single opt-in, you just need you create a list over there and a little bit of form code. It integrates real nicely with the 2KPS lead capture pages, and it's not hard at all. So we can train on that, and we can help people with that. But this is my one that I started building here at Leads Leap. So it says I have 48 active, 32 inactive, and one unactive. Now that one unverified, I should say, that's one of the troubles with Leads Leap. It will, unless I capture it and save it somewhere, it's going to go away. They only let you do that for 30 days. You have 30 days for that person to verify. And that can be a challenge in the internet marketing world, especially when we're running paid traffic, that those people have so much email going on. that they're going to have trouble wading through and trying to find an email to click a link and jump through that hoop or whatever. So so that's why that happens sometimes. We get the unverifieds, and that doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It just means that they just couldn't find that email, and those are people sometimes that I'll try to go a different route to reach them, contact them, whatever. But so I want to reach my 2K profit system list. This is what we call a broadcast. So individually, we should always be looking at our downline. Okay, so our downline are the people that we want to spend as much time with, working with, and helping, and getting them to follow the steps. And that's a way that we earn. But until you have members, people that join the 2K profit system, you're in a situation where you're going to want to send a regular broadcast out. So in Lead Sleep, it's called broadcasts. So you click on broadcast, and I'm going to send, I think I can send one live tonight because it's not really hard. And I have archive material here to work with. So the easy way, and not easy, well, the traditional way is to just click on add a new broadcast, right? And this is going to send to my 2K profit system list. And I'm going to show you how I'll choose that. And I could actually send a multiple list too. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to resend this one. Okay, I called it, could this be the best marketing system ever? And Susan posted this in the group, the Facebook group. So you have that email swipe you can use. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say duplicate this broadcast. But if I have fresh material that I wanted to send out, just like, hey, how's everybody doing? Reply back if you got this. If you're interested in working with me, to earn a second income, reply back. I want to try to get personal with people, right? I don't need to have a big fancy email always as a shield in the middle between me and my person that I want to get personal with. I try to it's called expediting. It's getting to the heart of matters. But you can do that through a broadcast. You can also do it through an email like this. It's called, again, could this be the best marketing system ever? So I'm going to say duplicate this broadcast. Okay. Now, not to get too technical, but I always check enable smart greeting. It'll put their name in the beginning of the subject line. I always click for the body too. So no matter where I start my email, it'll insert that smart hi. See, it'll do the line break. It'll do everything. It's not going to jam it all together. It's going to be formatted properly. So notice when I have that box checked, it just puts that smart hi right in front of the first word in my email. But that'll say, hi, Grace. It'll be probably a couple of line breaks. Yes, in my 25 years of experience. Now, you don't have 25 years of experience. So don't say that you have 25 years of experience. It's called editing material too, and formulating it to yourself. But what I tried to do in this email was I basically said what 2KPS is about, because my list, for the most part, has not joined the 2K profit system. What do we get? Maybe 1 or 2 signups out of every 12 leads, 10, 12, 10, 11, 12 leads coming through, maybe more, maybe 3, anywhere from 20 to 30% maybe are going to join. So what does that mean to all the other people that are sitting there? Well, the autoresponder does its thing, but I also like to send broadcasts too. So this is a way to get people, literally by sending this broadcast, I can create 2K profit system members, right? And it just has a link. Click here to see our video and create your account. So what should you put in your what link should you put in your broadcast? Well, it wouldn't be your lead capture page because you already captured them as a lead. They're already on your list. You want to think about your funnel. You want to think about, well, what did they not do? And look at your downline. You'll know who's in, and you can send to those same people. You don't want to remove them from your list just because they joined the 2K profit system. But you'll notice there's a lot more in your list than there is probably in your downline. So use your sales page, their newly designed sales page that we just debuted a week or so ago. So real simple. It's nothing complicated. And then I put a little blurb. Since I sent this on Tuesday, I said, join us Wednesday for our weekly webinar. Now, this isn't personal marketing, but this is using a tool to see if I can get somebody to do a step to make a move. Now, so that's, everything has its place in the business. So don't think this is all we do and we wait. No, I do a lot more actually. And most specifically with the team. And the team to me are the people that have joined the 2K profit system. So it's like in sports, you got the bench, which is the list, and then you got the players on the team. And we're always looking to move the bench to the team, the bench to the team. And then we get personal with our team. So, because if we're just sending emails to our team, I think we've let them down. I think we can do better than that. I really do. And we're going to talk a lot more about that in the master class for our mastery level members in a few minutes here. So really, that's all that is. I'm not going to get into the deep weeds about links and this and that, but that's where questions can be always asked. But I'm going to pick my list now. So I told you it was my 2KPS, but I've also got some other ones out there. I did one called the Free Team Build a while back. My Traffic Leads to Income members, GLN, Genesis Lifestyle Network. Jared, appreciate that. So people that I opted into the prior to 2KPS and the Legacy Vault literally previously was Genesis Lifestyle Network. So I'm going to look, a couple things here. Every one of these people, whether they're in my Great Life team or list, I should say, or anything like that, well, step-by-step prospects that I've had, this all brings it together. I want them all to come, like I said to you tonight, and roll like a 401k rollover. Let's we roll everything into the 2K profit system, right? All right, so it's going to be sent to my active subscribers and my inactive subscribers. It's going to be sent on the 5th of November, and it is now 8:50 p.m. Eastern time. They go by military time, so that would be 24 is midnight, so 6 p.m. would be 18. So 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it got 9 o'clock, 10 minutes from now, right? Okay. And I just need to say save and activate. And I will be sending a broadcast to a couple of my lists within Leads Leap to encourage them to join me here at the 2K profit system. So I'm going to hit save changes. And there it is. Broadcast is scheduled. Now, I know that Kenneth, if he sees that you're sending the same email over and over again, this is a very highly managed and monitored autoresponder. If you like freedom, there's always a lot of, hey, I don't, you really shouldn't send that. But he's doing it with love in it totally. So I'm just kind of kidding, a little tongue in cheek. But then I'm going to hit close. It just gave me a preview to my email. It didn't give me any feedback, like, take this word out but you know what, like I say, that's somebody that's putting a little extra, a little bit of help, which is not a bad thing. So it looks good to me. My links worked. I've tested this before. I like to archive because now I have a template. Now I don't have to, I can rotate templates because your autoresponder, but your broadcasts are different. They need to hit different, and you want to be able to do some creativeness too. So that's some thoughts, and I'm going to hit close, and then see how it says right here that it is scheduled, and it'll tell me when it gets sent. Like, so my last one I sent at 3:25, 3:23, 35 open, 7 clicks, and I think at some point it used to allow you to see who clicked, or maybe that's within a certain time period right after you send, because right now I can't see any of that. So, but there's a little tutorial on what to do with the list in a bulk manner. Now you can also break it down. If you get a few people that reply, maybe you send an individual email, right? So because email has a little bit of still of a place in the business. So that's a different kind of email where we're using our Gmail maybe and just sending a one-on-one, which won't get caught in the spam filters until we can get them to say, hey, maybe we can talk. Can we talk on a phone or maybe a Zoom? Can we get together on Facebook? You want to always be developing the relationship and getting to know people more and more closer fashion from a business perspective. All right. So let me see if there's any questions on it. I'm going to come back to the room, and then we're just about we're just about out of time, but that was really cool. So we did that's what Q&A and nuts and bolts and all that is supposed to be about. Teaching somebody how to do something. Grace, did that help? Did you find that helpful at all?
Yes, Rob, thank you so much. I was taking notes,
Okay.
and that's another thing. Sometimes we just have to take some notes because note takers are money makers. So I got this. I wrote some notes
Yeah,
down as I
she's
kept
great.
doing what you were doing.
I
I
love
kept
Grace.
doing
She's
writing.
awesome. And so
Thank you,
yeah,
thank you, thank you.
and Grace, you can watch this recorded again and again and again. So that's the beauty of we
Yes.
record it. It's all over the place. But yeah, imagine Grace. Like I could see you, Grace, on TikTok. You would be viral. You would be a viral sensation, and I mean that with all seriousness. Honestly, there are people that your message would so resonate with. So think about branding yourself. Think about down the road, like you may be able to get something out of that aspect because you're a great personality and people are looking for that light. That's somebody because you get me wanting to do things. You get me excited. I would upgrade under you as your lead, as your prospect. I would join in and pay some money to have some sunshine like that in my life. So feel good.
Thank you.
You've really
Thank
come
you.
you've come a long way and there's so much more stuff to come. So awesome. All right. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Any other questions, comments, thoughts for the good? Because then we got to take a quick break and move into master class. But anybody else have anything? No? Okay. I'm looking at, oh, you know what? I didn't look at the chat very well. So let me look at that. I didn't do a good job with that. Let me get rid of the participants list. And again, into my earlier comments that I said about it's about quality versus quantity. I don't need 1,000 people in this room. If I get a couple of good people, a handful of good people, a assortment of good people, that's all. And that's the people that in this end of year and the coming new year ahead of 2026. That is who I'm going to. I'm tired of chasing people. I'm tired of begging. I'm tired of trying to pull, blood from a turnip, if you will. I'm going to work with the people who come to work and show up every day, and I'm going to make y'all a lot of money, and I'm going to make you super successful. That I promise you. So great stuff. I don't see too much in the chat. I should say we as the 2K Prophets is me being a part of that. Okay. All right. Good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and end the Facebook live. So Facebook, thank you very much for all that you do for the 2K Prophet System, pushing out our material. Thank you. We love you. Thanks everybody who was watching the live stream. To your massive success. Okay, so I successfully stopped that. I've messed that up before. So I'm having a good night at the controls. So we're going to go ahead and end the recording. So thank you, everybody. Do your homework, like Vicki said. Do all the things, everything that we talked about. Go out and execute it for the next 7 days, and then we'll compare notes and we'll talk about it next week. And definitely review your week 1 of the network marketing mindset, the suggested ebook, and be ready to go for week 2 of network marketing mindset next week at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So thank you very much. And to everybody's massive success. If you are a mastery level member, please stay put. If not, I wish you massive success and a great rest of your night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob. Night night.